Mabuhay from the Philippines. I'm Marie Talentino, Senior Sales Manager from Park Inn by Radisson, North EDSA. Welcome everyone for today's Career Conversation series. We are thrilled to have a conversation series lined up for you. Throughout this conversation, we'll dive into Mr. Stefan Welti's career. Currently, he is the General Manager at Radisson Blue Stuttgart Porsche Design Tower. This is one of our iconic properties around the world. During this conversation, Mr. Stefan will be sharing with us some insights on his career journey and how did he become the general manager. We are also going to be able to learn building a new career and also discover insights on how to manage a big team and keep them motivated. And at the end of this conversation, we will be reading with you some questions for Mr. Stefan. So feel free to put your comments or questions with us. We are actually very excited. Actually, this is my first time hosting live interview, of course, with a very amazing man, Mr. Stefan. Welcome again, and thank you for being with us. You've been almost for 8 years with Radisson Hotel Group. It's very amazing how you work with us. And can you tell us about on how you become the general manager in this such an iconic property?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big pleasure for me actually to be here. Thank you for the invitation. Also special because only a few years ago I was basically sitting on the other side, aspiring to have a career in this beautiful industry. So yeah, let's just start by guiding you a little bit through my journey, let's say, because I actually did not start with hospitality right away. I first was pursuing business administration at the University of St. Gallen, but without a specific career path in mind. So I chose this field because I thought it would give me a strong financial opportunity and a clear path forward with a wide range base of knowledge. However, as I progressed, I found myself rethinking my direction as I did not really find a clear purpose on this path I was going. It was actually my mother that suggested hospitality to me as a potential career already when I was a young teenager. So she saw qualities in me that I had not really myself recognized yet. The love for interacting with people, for example, the energy I found in creating experiences, and just a genuine interest I had for making people feel welcomed. But at the same time, I didn't think hospitality back then would offer financial stability or the kind of career I was envisioning. So after a few years in business administration, I decided to explore her advice more seriously and transferred from University of St. Gallen to the Business and Hotel Management School in Lucerne, Switzerland. I went in with an open mind and almost immediately I felt that I had found my place, basically. I realized that I was drawn to this dynamic, people-centered nature of hospitality. So my first experiences reinforced that this was more than a job for me, and I knew that I was in this industry to stay. I realized something important along the way also, that if you pursue a career with passion and dedication, you can achieve success and fulfillment. And with that often comes the financial compensation that I had worried about early on. During my studies in Lucerne, some of my foundational experiences came during the internship, as it's a very practice-oriented study. So at Marriott Hotels, I worked in event sales, and later I joined Grand Hotel Les Trois Rois in Basel, which is one of the most luxurious hotels in Switzerland. There I was in marketing and communication as an intern, and my last internship was in purchasing and cost controlling at the Radisson Blue Hotel in Zurich. It was very important for me to experience both the private luxury hospitality, but also chain hospitality, in order to be able to really clearly decide for either of the two to pursue a career in hospitality. I was fascinated by Grand Hotel Les Trois Rois, I must say, with their constant pursuit of excellence. And during my 1 year internship there, they actually went from 1 Michelin star to 3 Michelin star at their Cheval Blanc restaurant. And during this year, we hosted Real Madrid, we hosted Leonardo DiCaprio, we hosted several Victoria's Secret models and other illustrious guests. So that was a quite fascinating experience back then. However, at the Radisson Blue, in my last internship in Zurich at the airport, where I did my last internship, I was impressed by the incredible efficiency and productivity with the processes they had there. And also with the global career perspective that Radisson offered already back then. So this drove my decision to accept their offer and start as an assistant purchasing manager and F&B cost controller. I was very lucky there to join an incredible team around Daniel Twerenbold, that was GM of the property, but also district director for Switzerland at the time. And a leader who was just able to inspire me with his energy and his incredible pace, questioning the status quo relentlessly, basically. And also my direct manager, Hannes Schmidt, the cluster purchasing manager for Switzerland, was someone I really looked up to and motivated me with his talent to just always set the right priorities and making a real measurable impact back then. So after 2 years at Radisson of learning from the best, let's say, I was suddenly called into the office of Daniel Twerenbold, who asked me where I saw myself in the near future, as he wanted to make sure I stayed at the company. And this was the moment I really took my courage, let's say, and I told him my dream was to become a GM. So to my surprise, he replied that that was actually where he saw me as well. And only a few months later, he asked me if I could imagine to run a smaller property close to Zurich for him, with the message that I could call him anytime if I needed support. So as fast-paced as he is, he asked me if I was going to accept right away during the conversation, basically, or if I wanted to walk around the block once before I decided. So I did walk around the block once. I called the 2-3 persons that are close to me, and I wanted to ask for advice, and did then accept. And actually in the beginning, I did call him about 10 times a day because there were challenges nonstop in this very new role for me. And I think this is really a testament on how crucial it is to just stay flexible in order to grow quickly and take best advantage of every opportunity you get. As this was like an interim's position where I was there as a hotel manager, and I had basically jumped about 3 steps in the career ladder. I had the clear goal of going 1 step back and becoming a head of department before again pursuing the role of general manager. So after 1.5 years in Wiesbaden, where I was given the chance to be rooms division manager, I was offered the first hotel manager position in Düsseldorf, which I also accepted right away. And I think that role really set the foundation for my growth. Also, again, through great leadership of Holger Herrmann, the regional director for Germany at the time, who supported and guided me incredibly In the beginning, my days were very long because I just had grown very quickly and I had gaps I needed to close quickly in terms of leadership, which I believe, and I think that's important. Leadership is really one single area you cannot delegate. You have to really own yourself. So I had to get to close this gap quickly. And I was then able to really build a strong team and lead the hotel to success after COVID, just by setting the right priorities. After 1 year, I got promoted to GM from hotel manager, because that's how it is at Radisson. You become first hotel manager, and if they're happy with what you deliver, you become a GM after a year. And then again, 8 months after that, I was offered to open one of our long anticipated flagship hotels, the Radisson Blu Hotel here in Stuttgart at Porsche Design Tower. So same as previously, I got a call from the regional managing director, Maciek Miacek back then, around 12 o'clock midday, with a surprising message that he would trust me with this opening and that I had to give feedback until 6 p.m. on the same day. So again, I had to prove this flexibility, and I did. So I accepted, and the transition from one role to the next has obviously been very challenging at times, especially as I adapted to new responsibilities and adjusted to different team and also market dynamics. But these challenges, I believe, have shaped my perspective and really helped me grow into a more resilient and agile person. And to close, I think with nearly 8 years of dedication to Radisson, I've come to understand the importance of leading by example and inspiring others within the industry. And I really want to show future hospitality leaders that this career is one, I mean, this career in the industry is really one of constant learning, service, and fulfillment for myself at least. And I really hope that my journey proves that a genuine passion for what you do, combined with dedication, adaptability, can shape not only a rewarding career, but also a meaningful one. Again, that's my perspective. And I truly believe that hospitality is about creating meaningful connections, and that every role, every interaction has the potential to leave a lasting impact on someone's experience. So not only talking about guests, but also employees. So that's how I would try to quickly summarize my journey so far.
Wow. What a journey with Radisson Hotel Group. This is truly inspiring, showing impressive growth and adaptability on how you learn under remarkable mentors and also leading through challenges. You've made a real impact in this industry, Mr. Stefan.
Thanks, Marie.
Now, I wanna ask, was becoming a general manager always a goal for you, or did your career ambitions evolve over the time?
I think it did evolve, because at the time when I really started, my first decision to take was if this was really an industry that I would find fulfillment. So becoming a general manager wasn't my initial goal when I entered the industry. It was more like a dream, let's say. And my ambition was simply to excel and try to make a meaningful impact wherever I was. The goal to become a GM then evolved naturally as I learned more about the industry, and I saw the impact and possibility I could have as a leader. Also, I had the best examples of leadership. I have to repeat this. Where I started in Zurich, I had so many inspiring leaders around me, and I think this is this inspiration is what gave me the clear perspective afterwards to wanting to become a GM.
Yes. So which skills you believe are the most important if you want to become or reach a GM position or general manager position?
Mhm. I think this changed a little bit through the time. Also, when I started was just with COVID basically. So yeah, I believe adaptability to whatever situation is very, very important. Emotional intelligence, I think is an obvious one, but also crucial. And then strategic thinking, which is something you do learn across the way, let's say. So those are key. Adaptability allows you to handle the unexpected, and keep the team steady through challenges and difficult times. Emotional intelligence is critical for understanding and leading people effectively, both guests and team members, but also to know when to lead and when to follow. I think that's another crucial thing. So really to accept people's advice and know when you can actually learn something and when you are the one in the position to learn someone else. Furthermore, I think strategic thinking lets you balance, the immediate needs with long-term goals, setting the right priorities, which is key in ensuring sustainable success, and basically, keeping the focus. And last but not least, I would say in terms of pursuing a career, it is really, really important to take ownership of your personal development and connect with the right people.
I agree with that. Thank you. Thank you again for highlighting these essential skills, the adaptability, emotional intelligence, and strategic thinking are still indeed crucial for a general manager role. We'll go here. In terms of unique guest experience, how do you create a one that aligns with both our brand standards and also the property's distinctive identity?
I think that's a general a challenging one in general. In our case, with this co-branded property together with Porsche Design, it makes it a bit easier. So I think very important is to understand both the brand's values and the uniqueness of the property. So here, in my case, we really try to increase the touch points we have with Porsche, as this is not only something that sets us apart, but something we know that our guests want, because as far as I know, everyone is a Porsche fan. So there are Porsche photographies, for example, around the whole building, in every room. The room numbers are written in the font of Porsche Design. And as a treatment, for example, for our top VIPs, we give little model Porsche cars, which always creates a little wow effect, I believe. Another thing is that in Stuttgart, Stuttgart is one of the cities in Germany that has its own vineyards. So we make sure that we offer local wines. In our case, actually, that you can see just on the vineyard across the street, we offer those in our Ballostin restaurant. And I think the goal is really to make guests feel that they are somewhere unique, with the quality and consistency still that they expect from our brand, Radisson Blu.
Wow, wow, that's really a very unique experience. What made you advance in your career over these past years?
I think we had this a little bit before. It's really just to continuous learning, let's say, and the willingness to be flexible and take on new challenges, even though you do not feel fully ready yet, because you probably never will. So you just have to make this step. So this has been key, at least in my example or in my experience. Every role I took on taught me something new, and I actively sought feedback to improve. I think that's another important point. I also believe in the power of building strong relationships, very important in the case of a hotel chain. So make sure you connect with the right people, as also said before. having mentors, peers, and also team members who trust and support you, that's invaluable. Also, a clear focus on delivering results, as I said before, setting the right priorities, because that's something, it sounds easy, but it really isn't. So setting priorities and adapting to change, that's something that really helped me grow within the company.
Yes, very important. You mentioned peers, mentors, and team members. Um, what inspires you for your everyday to give you your best at work? What inspires you you every day to give your best at work?
For me, it's really people. I mean,
Yes.
hospitality is about connecting with people, and each day offers a chance, you know, to make someone's experience special. Additionally, I'm really inspired by the growth I see in my team members, knowing that I'm helping them develop their careers. That's what keeps me motivated and energized. And really, honestly, my highlights are mostly when I see my team having fun in what they do and being successful at it. That's for me the most beautiful thing to see.
Yes, that's truly great. Truly hospitality is about connecting with people, not just only with our guests, but also with our peers.
Yeah.
Now, yes, with that, how do you motivate or inspire your team to deliver our memorable moments with our guests?
I believe what's clear is the impact you yourself as a leader have on the people around you and your team. So I really try to lead by example, showing enthusiasm and dedication in my own work, and really make an effort to recognize my team's success, both big and small also. I think regular open communication is also important, as it really helps everyone understand our few goals and feel involved in our progress. So this brings me back to priorities, actually, giving clear goals. So not more than 3 or 4 really helps keeping the team focused on what really matters and has an impact. And I try to encourage a culture where each team member feels that their contribution matters, which naturally leads to more engaged and motivated employees who can hopefully maximize their potential.
Yes, that's wonderful, sir. Because this is very um, a good example in showing enthusiasm and a dedication to your own work. You mentioned also about your team recognition. How do you recognize your people and make them sure that they are engaged and they keep up with the company news?
Yeah, that's. I mean, recognition is I would say really a cornerstone for engagement. I really try to make it a priority to acknowledge individual and also team accomplishments in our daily briefings, but also in our one-on-one conversations. We also celebrate wins together as a team. For example, after an absolutely incredible June we had with the European Championship that also where Stuttgart was host as well. We had an absolute record month. And we celebrated with the whole team having a beautiful 5-course dinner at the fine dining restaurant in Stuttgart with views over the city. I think that was very special. And to keep everyone connected, I ensure that we have regular updates also on company news and initiatives through central communication, but also team meetings. And for example, for Career Month, which we had company-wide in September, we gathered together with our sister hotel in Stuttgart, the Park Inn, and had, for example, breakfast with both teams all together to discuss career ambitions and possibilities the teams have at Radisson.
Okay. Yes. Career month. Yeah. We also had fun last September. We celebrated. I think all of us celebrated that career month last September. Now, can you describe or can you describe Radisson Hotel Group in just 3 words?
I think since I started, it did change in a positive way. And the first thing that comes to mind for me is really ambition, because it's absolutely incredible how fast we moved over the past 6 years, I would say, also through COVID. So I would say ambition, I would say execution, because there's an incredible amount of tools and new programs, mostly connected to digitalization, and trying to ease the process. So execution and implementation will be a second one. And then growth. I think that's something we write big at Radisson. Not only growth as a company and opening new hotels, which we do at an incredible pace, but also the growth of our employees. With our Radisson Academy, for example, that is a highlight every quarter, and really all the employees want to go there because that's a place to connect and learn within the company. So yeah, I would break it down to ambition, execution, and growth.
Wow, that 3 words very wonderful description on how a Radisson Hotel Group is. You mentioned also the Radisson Connect, yes, and of course our Tipsy, those training modules that we can connect with or try our employees to do some trainings online.
Yeah.
Now, yes. Now looking back at your 8-year journey, what advice would you give to some inspiring person to grow within our group or Radisson Hotel as you have?
Yeah. Well, there's several things. I think what showed or what was successful in my case, and I think always is really to embrace every opportunity, to learn, be patient with the process, and actively seek feedback. That's what I meant before, also with taking ownership over your development. Seek feedback with your managers and your leaders. And I think the more you understand about each role and responsibility within the industry, the better equipped you are for the next step. Building strong relationships is also something we mentioned before. For myself, building strong relationship within Radisson Hotel Group has helped me a lot and has opened doors, to a support system that is just needed for success. And then lastly, to really stay adaptable. That's something I learned generally, but mainly also through COVID. So stay adaptable, because hospitality is a very dynamic industry, and those who thrive are those who can really adapt and navigate through change with focus on the bigger picture,
Thank you for that. Yes, ownership indeed, and feedback with your colleagues, also with your boss, is also important. Now, what do you want to people to gather from this conversation? 2 or 3 things you want for them. Takeaway for today's conversation.
Well, first, I hope that people see in my example that a career in hospitality can be an incredibly rewarding one when it's driven by passion and dedication. Second, I would emphasize the importance of resilience and adaptability, because I really believe that that's something that got a little bit lost on the way through the last few years. This resilience, combined with a certain patience, we said before, basically try to deliver before you receive. A lot of people
Yes.
I have experienced also, that they want to get promoted before they deliver. Keep delivering, be patient, and it will come.
Um, Thank you. Thank you for that 3 or 2 things you've mentioned. And by the way, do we have any we'll check if we have any questions coming from our audiences.
Okay.
You may yes. Any questions from the audiences?
I'm also obviously happy if whoever connects on LinkedIn, I'm always available for advice and just exchange.
I can connect with you later. Okay. Is there any questions coming from our team members? Can I have one question? How do you envision your career evolving in the next 5 to 10 years?
That's a good question. Because obviously I think mostly the first goal is to become a GM, where I am right now, but that's not
Yes.
where it finishes. Because I think I have so much still to learn, so far or so many things to still develop. So my goal over the next few years, I wouldn't say 5 to 10, but maybe 2 to 3, is really to become, more confident and grow within the position, basically. So to really, yeah, let's say to become best in class. I really want to be the best possible GM and maximize my potential. So it's more like broaden my perspective at level currently. That's my goal.
Okay, thank you for that. Now we have some questions coming in. What has I'll just read it. Few of the questions. What has been the most rewarding part of your career in this company?
I really think, like I said before a little bit, I think for me the most rewarding is the interaction with the team. Honestly, you really, to have proof or see that you were able to create a culture where people have fun, where people strive, where people are able to maximize their potential and ideally, make steps forward. So that's really what I believe has been the most rewarding for myself. And I think that's what every leader should also strive for at some point, to basically give back and make sure you start developing talents, because that's what the industry needs. And at the end, I think that's your track record, how many talents you were able to develop.
And this comes with follow-up questions from our chat. What drives you to do that?
I think it's really just that it's basic. It's for myself. It's the genuine interest in people and to make everyone feel welcomed and comfortable around you, which is not to be mistaken with being weak. Because I think that's a balance you need to make very sure that you do it right. So it's yeah, just really create this atmosphere of people that are able to grow, let's say.
Thank you for that, Mr. Stefan. Can go with another question here. Okay. Hi, Stefan. As you reflect on your journey to become the general manager, is there anything you would consider changing or doing differently along the way?
I would not. I would not, because I strongly believe that everything happens for a reason, and from every mostly negative actually, but also positive experience, you gain, knowledge and experience, and this is what shapes your personality, and your character. So I would not do anything differently in terms of the way I did things. Maybe in the approach, I use for certain things, I would do it differently. I think now reflecting on this opening phase we had would be to be stricter and take decisions more quickly when you have basically the proof, or sometimes also the feeling, yeah, now, talking about team members, that it's not going to work out. It's really important to, cut and look forward.
Okay, I think that's it for, I think, this wrap up for our career conversation series. And thank you again, Mr. Stefan, for being with us and sharing your wonderful experience and journey as becoming a great leader, a great general manager.
Thank you so much, Marie. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. My pleasure also.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Thank you.